Good morning, everyone. Dr. Victoria Skirbo here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. Just want to be at the noisy front of the house to show you that the spirea is blooming. Woohoo! And I don't know if you can see them. I'll get a little closer because they're really the same color as the leaves. Those are the flowers for the climbing hydrangea, which should be blooming soon. I guess I'll take you around this way. So today is Saturday the 17th, and there's quite a bit happening today. We have a lovely sextile between Venus and Mercury. Last couple of days, conversation has been not so much difficult as perhaps we could call it a little sharp, a little hard, a little argumentative perhaps. But this, and that's in part because of Saturn's influence on Mercury with that square. Saturn always sort of brings out the most serious side of us. And oftentimes the rule maker and blah, 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 and you're doing this wrong, and, on the judgmental side perhaps. But, we do have to be able to judge things. Here's a couple more spirea. These are little ones that I transplanted to this side of the yard. So that's nice. So it's a good social day. Saturn, the planet of rules and regulations, and the planet that was squaring Mars, Mercury pretty harshly. It was actually in the process of stationing, and today it stations retrograde. It starts to move backwards, but these planets do take time to change direction, even though it's just apparent change of direction, because it has to do with how we're looking at the planets in the sky more than what the planets are doing. It's kind of like a visual Doppler effect. Anyway, Saturn stations, and so that's pretty important. And now it's going to start. It's gotten up to 8 degrees of Pisces, 7 and change. I just rounded out to 8. And it's going to go all the way back, I believe, to 1 or 0 degrees of Pisces. Stays in Pisces the whole time it's retrograde, and then comes back forward. So what's happening is we're actually now going through the process of going over everything that happened since Saturn moved into Pisces. And I believe Saturn moved into Pisces, I want to say it was the 3rd of March, but it might have been like the 5th of March, but it was right there in the first week of March. After all that time of Saturn being in Saturn rule signs, first Capricorn for 2.5 years, and then Aquarius for another 2.5 years, maybe even a little bit longer than that. And so once it moved into Pisces, it's as if it took a dip in the water. And so the energy of Pisces Saturn and Pisces, very different than Saturn in Capricorn or Saturn in Aquarius. So we did feel somewhat of a relief. But, it has its own challenges. Now it's moving backwards. The other thing that's happening today for many of you is we're having the new moon in Gemini today. The new moon at 27 degrees of Gemini happens west of the East Coast here, west of Eastern time. Like for Ona in Chicago, it's like 11:30. And here it's 12:30 the next morning, right? So, but of course, it's very early in the morning, and this is the energy of the new moon. However, it's not exactly new until the end of the day today, or the beginning of tomorrow for those of us on this here and east, right? So, excuse me. This is the dark of the moon. This is a very powerful meditative time and a very powerful time for magic. Of course, as I said in our Moon Shadows episode, be careful what you wish for, because you might just get it. Anytime we're dealing with, making, well, I mean, wishes are wishes, but I think intentions are much more powerful. So this is a time for you to figure out what exactly it is that you want to see manifested now in this sort of new, hi, bunny. Be careful, Charlie's out, bunny. In this new cycle. The full moon of this cycle is actually happening right around the 4th of July. It's happening on the 3rd of July, which is actually my birthday. So I have a full moon on my birthday in Capricorn. But this new moon is, the seeds are being planted tonight or tomorrow in some cases, and will come into fruition. We'll see the fruition of that around the 4th of July. So we need to stay aware. Now, this new moon also, it has a very tight square to Neptune. In fact, a little while after Neptune, it will make a, now Charlie's here and that bunny's in here, so I want to make sure he doesn't get a sniff of the bunny. So I'm a little, yeah, there's a bunny in there. You leave the bunny alone. Come here, Charlie. Charlie. Let's try to distract. Distracto. Come here, Charlie. Oh, he's eating grass. All right. Well, maybe the bunny will just... Bunnies are pretty smart. Let's look at those back legs. I don't think I'm too worried. Okay, so what was I saying? We have a square to Neptune. And so that square to Neptune of the new moon can bring out, we can tell ourselves stories and delude ourselves and take actions on ideas that may or may not have anything to stand on. Or it can help us to reimagine things so that we can build things maybe in a little bit of a different way with more of a spiritual idea around them or something like that. So it's hard to describe with Neptune. I mean, that doesn't sound very technical. We have some yellow roses. Some yellow roses. What a lovely morning, huh? The flowers are just popping everywhere. I did do a little mowing yesterday. Oh, there's another bunny. Well, we got plenty of bunnies, I'll tell you that. It is the year of the rabbit, though, so we have to keep that in mind. Alrighty then. So an interesting time. Today is a good day, as I said, to meditate, to get down, and to figure out what it is. What intentions are you seeding for this new moon in Gemini? Remember, Gemini is about information gathering. It's about communication. It's about curiosity. It's about writing. So this is a good time if any of you are considering, Charlie, no, Charlie, no. If any of you are considering writing something, a book or a graphic novel, whatever, this is a good time to start. Especially with that Neptune square, it would be really a good time to start some sort of, like if it's the genre of fantasy or surrealism or what is that Spanish, 1,000 Years of Solitude, that kind of stuff. I forget what they call it. Something realism or where, it's half imagined and half real. So that's the kind of stuff that would be really good with that square to Neptune. But that's what's going on, everyone. Have yourself a great day. Like and subscribe if you would. Check out my Moon Shadows with Ona. I also put out a series for the new moon using the Goddess Guide Me oracles. Those are on the the shorts. So if you see one of those, give them a thumbs up, even if it's not you, even if you don't agree with it. Just give it a thumbs up to help share me with others. All right, guys, have yourself a great day and a great new moon and a fun time meditating and all the things. And I'll see you again tomorrow. So let me just show you a couple more things. We do have some roses here. These are knockout roses, Ona. You were asking about knockout roses. We do have some, and they are blooming like crazy. We talked about how potent the blooming flowers were this year, as if nature is trying to reach out to us and say, remember, I am your mother, and I bring beauty around you, and I feed you, and I can take care of you with my medicine. Don't forget about me. We have a little lily there, but it looks like it's getting eaten by something. And we also have some stelladoras over here that I don't think I've shown you. Oh, this is a tiger lily. That's our first one up. We always, those kind of grow wild around here, so they're always spectacular. And here's some stelladora. And I guess maybe I just need to clean this space up a little bit. And those right there, those are black raspberries. Very delicious. They do take a long time to what do you call? And then the other roses. More roses. And more roses. Hello, Rose. All right, guys, take care. Much love. See you later.